couple of the ladies in the group have mentioned that they're getting knee pain from lunging. What I want to say first of all is that any exercises at all that cause you joint pain, elbow, shoulder, wrist, knee, hip, ankle, don't do them. Don't do them. Or find a range of motion where you can do them and it doesn't cause you pain. Causing yourself joint pain when you're exercising will never amount to anything that's good. I can promise you that. I've been a personal trainer now for 15 years and I've never seen anything good coming out of it. You have to rehabilitate the joint first and then you strengthen it. But if you're trying to strengthen it when there's something wrong with it, it's just going to make it worse. So lunges are a great exercise, but they require good core strength, good healthy hips and knees and ankles, because they're really unstable. You think about it, when I'm stepping out here and I'm coming down in this position here, I'm tippy, I might fall forward or backwards, or my leg isn't that stable versus a squat, right? When I'm at the bottom of a squat, I'm nice and stable. I've got a good base of support. So when you're lunging, you really want to pay attention to what's happening. If you can do a lunge, come down here and you're not feeling any pain, your back is nice and straight, you're not toppling side to side or leaning too far forward, you've got the strength to be able to do a lunge. If not, you may want to make it a shallower lunge, okay? Or try a different exercise, which I'll suggest one in a minute. So how do you do a lunge properly? Well, you always want to stay on the heel of the front foot, and you don't want to bend forward. Your back stays straight. You step out, come down till this knee is like an inch or two above the ground, if you can, and then come back up. Notice if I do this sideways, I'm not going forward or backwards as I come down, okay? I'm out, straight down, straight up. Drive that knee down and I come back up. I'm on my toes on the back leg, and I'm on my heel on the front. Nice tight core, chest is expanded, and I'm looking straight ahead. Okay, that's proper form for lunge. And the lunge I was just doing there is a forward lunge. That's the hardest one to do, where you step out, come down, and then step back. Okay? Bit of an easier one is when you step back, come down, and step forward. That's a reverse lunge, a bit easier. So if you're experiencing problems doing a forward lunge, try a reverse lunge. If you're still experiencing problems, joint pain anywhere, then maybe do a shallower lunge. Give yourself permission to do a shallower lunge. Don't go all the way down. And don't go any lower than when any joint, hip, knee, ankle starts to feel pain. Okay? Pay very close attention to that. Good pain you feel a day or two later after the workout in your quads, in your glutes, maybe in your hamstrings. But bad pain is any pain that's felt in a joint. If you're feeling joint pain, hips, knees, ankles, not good. So either alter the exercise or change it. And what could you change it to? Well, when you're lunging, what you're doing is you're doing an exaggerated walk. So walking is lunging. And another form of lunging is going upstairs. So what you can do is you can do something called a step up. And you can start with something as low as just a stepper that's about 3 inches high. Literally, put the stepper down, step on it, lean forward till your weight is on this leg, not on the back leg, and use this leg to launch yourself up. Stay leaning forward and come back down. Come back up, come back down. You're working the same muscles as when you're lunging. Quads, glutes, hamstrings to some extent. But you're just doing it on a bit of a different angle, as they say in the weightlifting community, okay? And the good thing about step-ups is that you can graduate them, right? Once you can do quite a few reps and you're stable with just the stepper, well, then you take a couple of risers, you put them down, and now you do it with a greater range of motion, okay? And I can keep adding risers literally until my leg is at 90 degrees, and I'm doing the equivalent of a lunge where my leg's at 90 degrees, okay? So why I like step-ups as an alternative is that it gives you room to graduate it, and you know how well you're doing or how much you're progressing because the stepper is getting higher and higher and higher. If I was relying on trying to go lower and lower and lower in my lunge, I'm not able to measure that as well as I am when I'm doing a step up, okay? So consider, if you're experiencing knee pain or hip pain or ankle pain, switching to step ups, okay? And remember, when you're doing a step up, the one thing I really want you to remember is don't launch with that back leg. That's cheating, okay? You're not using this leg. You're not using the leg that's working. Lean forward, Keep this leg soft on the ground. Push up with this leg. Stay leaning forward, come back down. Tap the ground with that leg and come back up and repeat. Okay? There you go. Some thoughts on lunging.